Date redacted. The Chateau. Figured I'd start this here diary since we're all supposed to be a bunch of earnest fucking Hemingways now. Was called into Hugo's office today. He was uncharacteristically coherent. Told me I was good in the woods, which I most certainly am not. Told him as much. After he inhaled another 1,000,000 pills and got finished waxing sentimental about that one fucking night, he finally remembered, evidently, that he called me in for a reason. That reason was to inform me that our payment for the debacle in Chile was 5 goddamned armored cars. Would have been nice to have gotten the $25 million we were promised, but I guess $6 million worth of used and probably broken down bullet magnets works too, I guess. On top of it all, he told me that I was the one who was going to be in charge of them, due to my background in the armored cavalry and experience in mounted combat and convoy ops. Date redacted, location redacted. Got to see the damn cars for the first time. Was unimpressed. All of them 6x6 Piranhas. One of them has a 105 turret. Need to send the 105 car to get checked out for metal fatigue. The other 4 were in decent shape, except they had shitty everything. Armored cars have no business carrying anything larger than a 90mm. Date redacted. Chateau. Got the cars unloaded at Port Miami and decided to drive them back home. Ride was smooth enough, no problems reported with them. That's good, at least. Had a few cops try to flag us down, but they knew that the PBE logo meant official business. Once back, I rolled all of them into the vehicle bays I had set up for them for complete inspection and overhaul because nobody thought to send any maintenance documentation or basic issue items with them. Looked at the engines and found they weren't what was supposed to be in them, if the service info from FME is to be believed. Tracked the engine manufacturer down and found they had gone out of business 15 years prior, and no parts, OEM or otherwise, could be found. Stripped the bastards out and put in an order for a quintet of Caterpillar turbodiesels and Allison transmissions to go with them. Stripped that stupid fucking turret off the 105 car. Fortunately, there was no sign of any stress cracks in the hull. Put an order in for a quintet of Bakcha fighting compartments. Put a few calls into my favorite armor shops to get some materials and techs over, as well as to get a quote on modifying the cars to fit the Bakchas. Put in an order for that too. Date redacted. Chateau. Amazingly, everything I asked for was approved, and we've been working our asses off to get these bastards ready for combat. The Bakchas went in with no problem once we cut the roofs off and replaced them with custom fabricated ones. The Allisons needed some persuasion to mate the Cat C-15s, but after doing the math, I'll have a good 850 horsepower driving about 2,000 foot-pounds of torque on a platform that was made for a 235 horsepower power plant. For comparison, these bastards were able to make 100 miles per hour over the road on their old engine-transmission combination. Put in an order for new speedometers. Managed to track down some fixings to restore the amphibious capability that was deleted from the FME requirements. Put in order for 5 sets of jet drives, bilge pumps, and sealing kits. Started picking my team. All the cav fuckers I know are indisposed with their own teams or dead, so this'll all be FNGs. A few of the bastards show promise from looking at their files. A couple who have degrees in diesel repair and service, a couple ex-truckers, 1 bulldozer driver, and a few who rated, quote, shit hot on mounted gunnery trials. We'll begin interviews tomorrow. Date redacted. Everglades. Camping out amongst the gators and skeeters tonight with the FNGs. Cars have proved quite capable. All modifications and repairs working without a hitch. Only downside was number 3 got away from FNG driver and ran straight off Alligator Alley into the water. Self-recovered with no issues. Cars have handled swamp and sea trials easily. We'll pull Soren for airdrop when we get back. Date redacted. Chateau. No fixed-wing platforms were available to lift my car for airdrop. Rented an S-67 Skycrane to lift car to altitude. Airdrop tests mostly successful. Filed compensation paperwork for 8 cows, 1 Ford F-150, and 50 square feet of orange grove.